and welcome to our first episode of 5 on Fry with the Rabbi. This is Rabbi Mendy Hecht of Chabad of Parshat North, and hope you enjoy. In this week's portion, Parshat Bo, it says, one of the sections, Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, Netei yadcha al hashamayim v'yichoshech al eretz Mitzrayim. It says that God said to Moses, stretch out your hand to the sky, and behold, there shall be darkness on the land of Egypt. We are taught that this was the 9th plague of darkness over the Egyptians to smite them, so that Pharaoh should let the Jewish people go. And it was actually 6 days of interrupted darkness. We are also taught that the Jewish people, being that they were of Jewish faith, they were not part of this plague, and therefore they were also able to go into the Egyptians' houses while they were suffering from the darkness and collect all their wealth, which eventually they took out with them from Egypt. However, there were Jewish people that did not want to go, and they actually died in the darkness. We are taught in Chassidut that, in fact, in the exile of Egypt, the Jewish people that did not want to go, there was missing that connection with godliness, that therefore they opposed to it both physically, but it was from a spiritual aspect in them, that they were not as connected to God, and therefore they ended up being punished both physically and spiritually. Whereas in the future, redemption in this exile, even though Jewish people might seem sometimes opposing to their Jewish faith, even though it might seem that some of us, even the best of us, sometimes say, let's stay in Egypt. Here, in our times, in our exile, God will not punish us. What's the reason for that? The explanation is because when we were given the Torah, by Mount Sinai, God actually connected us with Him. Something very internal. What we call that love, that internal love that every Jew has towards God. And therefore, even though on the outside it might seem that a Jew is opposing, but internally a Jew really wants to be connected with God and really wants to go out of exile. And therefore, even those that seemingly are opposing to it and might even seem to be very far, they are really in essence connected. And therefore, even those Jews will go out with us from exile and will not be punished. And that's the specialty, that's the amazing generation we live in, and how connected every Jew is in his soul. And that also takes us back to this famous thing that people always think, that I've mentioned many times, that a Jew says, I'm not doing Torah and mitzvot. Why should I do a mitzvah? Why should I do another mitzvah? Because I don't do other mitzvot, or things like that. But based on what we're saying here is really every Jew is really connected, and that's why we say it's always the soul. What makes you Jewish is your neshama, is your soul. And we see it so pertinent, we see it so clear in this lesson, that it sometimes might seem one way, but it's not about how it looks. It's all about that connection that you have to God. May we all have a great Shabbos, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Shabbat Shalom.